Imagine you're sitting in a room and alongside you there is a cat, a dog, and a monkey. The monkey is swinging around having the time of his life, while the cat is stretching away in the corner of the room and the dog is just running around in circles. As you're sitting there, suddenly there is an announcement that's made. There is a fire in this building. Please evacuate. What would you do? Now, as this announcement is made, no one reacts except you. You're the only one as a human being that starts to process what's happening. You process what's being said and who's saying it, and you try to figure these things out and come to a conclusion. You think about the authority. Okay, the announcement's made, it's coming from the mic system, so maybe it's coming from an authoritative figure. What's being said is that there is a fire, therefore there could be a lot of danger in this for me. So I think the best and most rational thing to do in this situation is to leave. You get up and you leave the room. But unfortunately, the monkey, the cat, and the dog don't have the luxuries that you have of the faculties that you've been blessed with. They can't reason like you can reason. They can't deduce like you can deduce. They can't do all of these things. You have faculties that these creatures don't have. Hence, the animals in this room are not going to react. They're not going to move. They're not going to run unless and until they see or smell the fire. And in such a case, it may be too late. Now, the reason I present this analogy to you guys is to make a very simple point. Many times when it comes to Islam, when we talk about God's existence, people straight away jump and say, wait, show me God exists. I want to see God. Unless I see God, I won't believe in God. And in doing so, what we're doing is we're reducing ourselves down to the level of animals, and in some cases, even lower. See, God has blessed the human being, us, with rational faculties, the ability to reason, the ability to understand, to reflect, to ponder, to draw conclusions, to attain truth. So when God sends a revelation to us and He communicates with us, He gives us that honor. He's communicating with a human being. But unfortunately, sometimes we react like animals. We react like the monkey or the cat or the dog. Oh, I won't believe until I see. Well, why don't you reflect over and ponder over what God has given you? Reflect and ponder over the signs that God has given you. And God, like I've said many times before, He has given you enough that if you are sincere and honest and you look at all of the things He's given you, you can come to the conclusion that He indeed exists and there's more to this life, and you can understand all of these things and start to live accordingly to make sure that you fulfill the purpose of your existence and you don't waste this opportunity. But when we behave like animals and we jump to straight away saying, oh, I won't believe until I see, well, hold on a second. Are we really being honest here? Do we apply the same criteria to our lives? The things that you believe in right now, take a snapshot of the things that you believe in, the beliefs you hold. Do you believe in all of those things because you've seen them yourself or observed them? Of course not. Many of the things we believe in is based on, for example, testimony. Many of the scientific claims we believe in are based on the testimony of the scientists, not our own observations or experimentation. Yet when it comes to the question of God, we straight away jump and say, no, wait, hold on a second. Unless I see God, I won't believe in Him. Why this double standard? Right? This highlights a deeper issue, a problem. And God captures this. He captures this psychology of the human being in the Quran. This is not a new phenomenon. Even in history, when the Quran was revealed, there were people from the Meccans that made such claims. Oh, why don't angels accompany him, the Prophet, peace be upon him? Or why doesn't God send down something for us to see, right? And God says in the Quran that even if we send down parchment, pieces of paper, down from the skies, and they could feel these with their own hands, observe them, they would still not believe. God says, and I've mentioned this before again, if He opens up a stairway into heaven, imagine that a dimension, a portal opens up, and these people start to walk through it. Imagine this happens for you. You walk out of your house and a doorway into the heavens opens up, a portal, a dimension opens up, and you start to walk through it. And they're looking around, and you're seeing everything around you. These type of people, they will still not believe. They will say it's magic. Their eyes have bewitched them, something. And this highlights that it's not the evidence. This is an excuse. There is something else going on. They do not want to believe. They do not want to be certain. Hence, in other parts of the Quran, I believe chapter 52, verse 35 and 36, where God gets us to think and to reason, to use our rational faculties, where He says, or were they created by nothing? Or were they the creators of themselves? Or did they create the heavens and the earth? But rather, they are not certain. God ends by saying, or rather they are not certain, or they do not want to be certain. These are excuses sometimes, right? We have to be very honest with ourselves. When we say and make the claim, oh, I won't believe in God until I see him, are we really saying that genuinely, or are we just saying that as an excuse? And if we are saying it genuinely, based on the lack of our understanding of how we as human beings we function and how we attain truth, or how we come to our beliefs, then we need to really think about the things we believe in and why we believe in them, and really reflect over our faculties to reflect and understand that as human beings, we have been blessed with abilities and faculties no other animal has been given, and we have to use these. And God is honoring us and he's speaking to us like human beings, so let's respond like human beings and not like animals. Hopefully this has been beneficial. It's giving you guys some things to think about. We'll continue these discussions over the next few videos. Make sure to comment, make sure to subscribe, make sure to have your conversations below. Until next time, take care.